On to Joseph Knight in verse 6 and 7. Joseph is such an interesting character in church history. Wonderful on many levels. He was one of Joseph's earliest, what you would call, friends. So when Joseph went to Colesville originally, 4 years before the church was established, to pick up some work, digging a well, and he was hired as also to help in treasure hunting. And he talks about that in his history with Josiah Stoll and others there in Colesville. Joseph Knight is the one who's involved with that. And he trusts Joseph. He likes Joseph. And he's happy to be a sustaining, supporting character. He doesn't want to be out in front either. He's not driven by pride. He is the one who went to Harmony multiple times and gave money for purchase of paper and for other things for Joseph and Emma and Oliver. He brought barrels of food and bushels of grain to help sustain them as they were working through the translation process. But the irony is, Joseph Knight still hasn't joined the church. And he says, I want to wait until I've read the Book of Mormon. And he's hesitant. Look at verse 6. Behold, I manifest unto you, Joseph Knight, by these words, that you must take up your cross, in the which you must pray vocally before the world, as well as in secret and in your family, and among your friends, and in all places. Now look at verse 7. Behold, it is your duty to unite with the true church, and give your language to exhortation continually, that you may receive the reward of the laborer. So he started to work through this process of reading the Book of Mormon, but then he realizes he needs to obey. He has tension in his soul, and he decides, okay, it's time. I need to just get baptized. And so a few weeks later, he is going to come and get baptized into the church. Ironically, if you look at verse 6, he's told to pray vocally and to pray before the world as well as in secret. It's Joseph and Polly Knight's son, Newell, who is asked to pray in one of those early meetings of the church in Colesville. And Newell said, no, I prefer not to, and I prefer to pray in private. So he's going to go out into the woods on his own later on and begin to try to pray, and he's overcome by a dark spirit. And he comes home, and he's not doing well. And he says to the group to call for Joseph. Joseph is going to go over and take Newell by the hand and rebuke the devil, cast him out, at which point he does leave. And a whole bunch of people who were there watched this. And Joseph referred to that as the first miracle of this new church. Interest in the church grows significantly at this point. Power to cast out devils, people start to express a lot more interest, both good and bad.